Hello and welcome to the Go Cafe. My name is Tim Ryan. I'm your host. This video is going to be an introductory video to my channel. Basically, I'm just going to tell you what my channel is going to be geared towards and built for. So, to break it down simply, I intend to bring you news about Go at large around the world. I intend to bring you information on pros, past, present, and future. I intend to bring basic information for beginners on how to start the game. I'm going to hopefully get into some YouTube interviews in the future, getting in touch with other personalities here on YouTube and getting to know them better. And then lastly, I intend to give as much information as possible so players can get connected to the community at large. And of course, the communities in their local area. So if you want a shorter video, there you go. That's the basics. I'm going to break all this down in detail next. So stick around if you're interested. If you're interested in just my channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, get those notifications checked. Let's stay in contact. All right, here comes the breakdown. First off, the news. I intend to bring you news from around the world, and to me, anything about Go is newsworthy. But I want to know what you want to hear about from the news. Let's face it, as much as I find interesting, maybe not everyone does. So, give me your information on what you'd like to hear news wise, whether it's Korean news, Japanese news. I'll bring you what news I can about different tournaments, title matches, whatever. I'll do my best to bring the most interesting stuff just until I can get a handle on things, but I'd love to hear your input about what news you're interested in. Next, pros. I said past, present, future, and I meant it. I have an upcoming video of a pro that is current, and I want to talk about his past. He's one of my favorite pros to follow, but maybe he's not yours. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Make sure to tune in and check out that video. Also, make sure to let me know what pros you're interested in. I'd love to dig into some other pros and post their information. Let's face it, the big names like Yamayuta and Ichiriki Ryo and some of these other, fantastic pros, everyone knows about. What about your favorite pro? Maybe you know someone who's a little obscure and you're curious about their records or, their competitions, titles, whatever. Let me know. I would love to do some research and bring a video geared towards what you're interested in. You never know, maybe you'll find some other people who enjoy the same pro as you and their play style. Next, I mentioned beginner information. My hope in the future is to bring information for the beginners who've never touched a stone. I intend to do some live streams, and I'd love to set up some times to actually sit down with a bunch of brand new players who are still trying to learn the basics and just help them kind of get into the game. There's wonderful people out there who are Dawn players or professionals giving all kinds of helpful YouTube videos and content. Please check them out. I'm not trying to take away from them. I'm trying to get the brand new people, people who don't necessarily understand what Atari is. I want to help the beginners, like absolute beginners. So if you're interested in that, please, again, keep in touch with me through this channel. Send me a message, email me. I would love to get in contact and help people get started. It's something I love doing. Then I mentioned YouTube personalities and doing interviews. Basically, that's what I want to do. I want to get in touch with Contraband Go, Triton Baduk, some of these other uh, YouTube personalities. I'd like to sit down and get to know them a little bit better. People are complex, just like Go. Both are very interesting, and I'd love to kind of give everyone a little taste of who they are outside of Go. Now they have their personal lives, and I don't intend to pry into that too much, but I think it's interesting how often Go can link people who have similar interests. I've made some lifelong friends through Go, and I think it's cool. So I'd love to be able to share some more details from the players that are so fantastic and have made such great content for us here on YouTube. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is ways to connect. When I first started playing Go, finding a club, finding other players, it felt like I was having to fight tooth and nail, so to speak, to get any information about the Go community at large. It's much easier now, but it still can be a pain to get started. So I'd like to talk about here in the US especially how we can get connected. Now, I may not be able to help our European friends or Asian friends get connected, but here in the US I can at least do my part. So let's talk a little bit about that. So for me, I got connected because I found other people who played Go. Now, when I first learned about it, I didn't have anyone to play with and I couldn't find any information online. It was a mess. But I made some friends and we all enjoyed the game together, so we started our own club. Joined the American Go Association, also known as the AGA, and we kind of just made a go of it. And it was a lot of fun and it is a lot of fun. So, I want to give what information I can to help everyone kind of get connected and started in case you don't know. So let's start off with the AGA. The American Go Association is kind of where you want to start if you're wanting to really get involved with the community. I mean, go headfirst into the deep end, so to speak. So, with the American Go Association, you can get a membership, get onto their website, get newsletters, uh, really get into tournaments. There's tons of tournaments they hold, both online in case you can't afford to make trips, but they also have lots of in-person tournaments that they give information out about. So just really check them out. It's really worth it if you want to get, like I said, dive headfirst into the deep end of the Go community. They've got so much stuff. They're fantastic. So check them out. Next, the American Go Foundation. Let's say you and your friend both kind of got into Go and you're interested in starting your own club. Or maybe you're in college together and you're like, "Oh, it'd be cool if we could start a club, but where do we get the goods to start? Where do we get a board and stones?" Well, I would point you to the American Go Foundation. They can give you information, supplies, all kinds of stuff to help you get started when it comes to building a club. So please check out the American Go Foundation. They do great work. Next, and I geek out about this quite a lot. Uh, I'll try to I'll try to contain my excitement. The North American Go Federation. Canada and the US got together and created a pro association. Now, we've had help from other countries to do this, so I'm not saying they did it all on their own, but regardless, we have our own pro association here in the US. Now, this started a few years back now, but I have not stopped being excited about it. Because when I first started playing Go, if you wanted to become a professional, you had to go to Japan, Korea, China, like you had to go to where the game started to become a pro. Now, that's cool, but it's so hard to do. But now here in the US, there's a chance to not only become a pro, but there's also a chance to really enjoy a growing professional community that could lead to more and more things. So if you want to check it out, please go to the North American Go Federation. Check out some of our current pros, their ranks. It's a cool website. It's very well built, totally worth the look. Lastly, I have Baduk.Club. They sell some cool gear. They also have a part of their website that allows you to connect with individual players as well as clubs. There's listings for both. Their website is really well built and it gives you a good chance to kind of get connected. Now, it's it's not always going to be perfect because in your area there may not be a Go club. But the good news is if there's no Go club, there might still be players. And if not, and you make a listing for yourself as a player in that area, you never know. If someone else finds the game and they find Baduk.Club, they might make a listing of themselves as a player, and before you know it, you've got two, and you can build a club from that. So, Baduk.Club is a really great website if you're wanting to get connected to players or clubs as well. These are some basic ways to kind of get started in connecting with players here in the US. It's a shame our game isn't more popular, but it's only a matter of time. We are putting in some serious effort. As you can see through just these few websites, there's a lot going on. And as soon as you get connected to these websites, you'll really see how busy this community is in trying to not only grow, but be competitive with one another. So please check out those websites, get involved, and let's start playing some games. Last thing I want to mention when it comes to news of professionals and their titles and tournaments is exciting for me to report on, and I hope to do a lot of that in the future. But I also want to tell some stories. So if you, as a player, or your Go Club has a fun story or information to hand out on like how you got started, or just some fun, interesting stuff that's happened, please let me know. I would love to promote clubs and players as well. There's so much going on in our Go community, and I feel like a lot of people are missing out because they just don't have a source to go to for news. I hope to turn my channel into that news source somehow, some way. I want to get everyone connected. It's a long shot, but that's my hope. I've heard some great stories of different Go clubs out there, and I just want to share them. So if you've got any, please send me an email, comment, give me something to work with. I would love to tell the stories and get it out there for everyone to hear. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the full video, and I hope you have a great day. Please come back and join me for the next one. We'll see you.